Hello, classmates. Today I come to you to talk about the Alamo Game Fest of 2014. It's a charity event sponsoring the fight against diabetes. Today we're going to talk about what is this Alamo Game Fest 2014, who's involved, the pros and cons of each person, the roles of each, and the style of leadership involved with this team, and a team building activity to bring the guys together. So let's get started. What is the Alamo Game Fest in 2014? It's going to be a video basketball slash concert event. So it'll be video games. We'll have a basketball 3-on-3 tournament, and we'll have a concert event. And the purpose is to bring attention and to raise funds for the research of diabetes. Who's involved? Well, you see it. There's Shigeru Miyamoto, LeBron James, and Beyonce knows. The pros and cons of each is Beyonce's, her pros are she has star power and she is absolutely stunning. And she's funded projects in the past and she could fund the entire project and has, because she has that history of funding, I don't think that she'd have an issue with it this time around, especially with the cause. Her cons is, she has a reputation for being selfish. I don't know if you guys remember Destiny's Child from back in the days. They did a show on the Disney Channel when she had two extra co-stars in her group. And because she was jealous of them, she got rid of them. So I don't know how that's going to play along with this particular charity, but, we just know that she is a selfish person. Also, you might have to put a ring on it. Just joking. Anyway, but the other thing is she has relationship issues right now with Jay-Z, and that could have some type of impact, of her being on tour, as well as the relationship issues with Jay-Z. It could have an impact on this project. LeBron James, you know the pros. He's the most recognized name in sports today. He has a great TV and acting presence, and he's familiar with raising funds for charities. He even has his own foundation, the LeBron James Foundation. We could actually put this under the LeBron James Foundation if he was up for it. The cons are his loyalty issues. You saw how he went from Cleveland and said he loved Cleveland, and all of a sudden went back down to Miami because he wanted the rings, and then went back to Cleveland because he wanted the money / he wanted to actually be back at home. So, it's kind of worse than Brett Favre, deciding to retire, then unretiring, retire, and then I'm retiring. So I don't know if he has commitment issues to this project that that might actually speak to the commitment issues. San Antonio hates him. It's just a fact of the matter. There's San Antonio Spurs down here, and he took a championship away from them. And even though they got one this year, they got 5 now. They still don't like LeBron that much. So bringing him down into San Antonio, trying to get him to promote something, might be an issue. His other con is, he takes a clear, open, democratic stance in politics, and I'm not Democratic or I'm not Republican, but I am in a red state, and if you're in a red state speaking, positive on blue issues, then that could be also a problem coming down to San Antonio, who's mostly red. And then there's Shigeru Miyamoto. I didn't tell you who Shigeru Miyamoto is. This guy is a very famous Nintendo worker. He's behind The Legend of Zelda, the Mario Brothers, I want to say Metroid, and there's a couple other games that he's definitely notable for. Everything in Nintendo, you see, this guy is trying to create the experience, so you recognize what's going on with his workers. And that's actually one of his cons, but I'll get into that in just a second. His pros are that he's an artist, he knows how to multitask, and he's experience focused. Now, while that's a good thing, it can also be a bad thing because sometimes he's not customer focused. He just wants you to get the experience that his creators are trying to create, not what you actually necessarily want as a customer. So that's one of his cons. Another one of his cons may be, he's a bit busy. He's maybe too busy for this project. He's also working on 2 different projects right now. One of them is about robots. He has no affiliation with sports, which is not a bad thing because LeBron can, handle the sports side. But when LeBron brings his project piece to him, you might have to explain the game of sports because this guy has no dealings with sports whatsoever. Even when it comes to the video game side, you don't see him touch it at all. And he doesn't like focus groups because, like I said, he's more of experience focused. He's worried about what his workers can push on the actual public and not what the public wants. However, his philosophy has happened to work in the past because he's made millions. But I mean, right here we need to focus on the customer and what they want, and not necessarily what we want them to see. Going on to the roles, you got Beyonce knows her role is going to be more of a live performance and be more of a public relations piece, whether it be a commercial for the event, and she'll work with LeBron on that. Then you got Miyamoto, he's like the project lead, he's going to run the show pretty much. He'll be the budget manager, and also he'll be the head of the Guitar Hero contest. LeBron James is going to be the public relations portion with Beyonce. He'll sponsor 3-on-3 basketball tournament activities, and he's going to sponsor one team in there, and then he's going to recruit other celebs donations or get them to sponsor teams. The leadership style involved, based on the time frame that this has to be done in, or the time that these people will be working together, you can't go authoritative because Beyonce and LeBron, I mean, they're two very strong personalities, and trying to have Miyamoto alpha them, he might end up getting beat up, or they just end up blowing the whole project away. We don't need that because we're trying to focus on those people who have diabetes and trying to figure out how to help them. So going authoritative, saying I need this, I need it now, and you better do it before this deadline. While there is a deadline that needs to be met, Miyamoto needs to be down there in the trenches with LeBron and Beyonce trying to help them get it done. Now, if he just said, hey guys, I don't care how you do it, but do this, which would be the laissez-faire type leadership style we don't need, Beyonce and them may, push it to the side and not even pay it any attention. But if he's actually telling them what the task is and telling them he's going to be there with them to help them every step of the way, which is participative, he can actually help them accomplish the task at hand and they can all be successful. The team building activity, I think they should go ahead and get together initially and play some Guitar Hero together because, who doesn't like Guitar Hero? I mean, I'm not too crazy about it, but I know it's a lot of fun when a lot of people who don't really play instruments come together and want to play a video game together. It is a good team building activity. It's a way to network and get to know your people. And I feel that they will really get to know one another. They'll have some fun. And if you're having fun, it's easier to work with people that you're having fun with. And that's all I have today. We talked about all the different roles, the pros and cons. We talked about the leadership style. We talked about who we're working with and the different and the event that we're going to be sponsoring. Thanks, guys.